What up, everybody? It's January 18th. It's 2012. And in this video today, I want to talk a little bit about two of my favorite artists and musicians who have ever lived, and possibly could use a little bit more on that live word. But anyways, it's Michael Jackson and Bob Marley. I know I've watched stuff on the internet before, and I've seen a picture of them two together, where they all had a picture where the Jacksons and stuff met them. But I'm currently reading Jermaine Jackson's book, You Are Not Alone, that he wrote about Michael, and basically a biography about himself also. And this one incident he's talking about when they met Bob Marley in 1975, and he's given just the explanation, just all of what's happening as they're going into Bob Marley's house, and the smell they smell, this rat smell, or he words it smells like rat stink. You know, they didn't really know what it was. They were innocent, they said. But the part right here in this book that really grabbed my attention, and anybody who's watched this channel and watched some of the videos and some of the things I've talked about, and I've talked about it quite often, hidden it a lot talking about it, but it's talking about Bob Marley gave them a drink, and it looked like muddy brown water. It says it's hard. Let's check this out. I don't know if you're supposed to read this on these videos with the copyrights, but it said that Bob Marley gave him a nasty looking dirty drink that looked like dirty water, and Michael asked, "Are we supposed to drink this?" And it was told to them what it was, and the family was saying they was lucky that Michael was the one who was handed the bottle. He was the one who had it. Not everybody got one. They were going to pass it around, I guess. And somebody told him, you know, it's herbs and spices. That's what it is. Then another guy said it's a miracle cleansing cure for all elements. It's very good for you. So it says Michael tipped the bottle over, put his finger in there, and tasted it, and it said he made the ugliest face ever. So everybody else in the room, his family, knew that, you know, if Michael thought something didn't taste good or whatever, that they probably wouldn't either. And it said that they skillfully managed to persuade the host that they would take away this miracle liquid to try later, to drink it later. Now, I don't know if I'm looking too far in this with Bob Marley and Michael Jackson and just the different things and what was at the house of Michael the day he died, with the cannabis or the hash, whatever it was, degraded marijuana according to the police report. However, but it says, you know, they were going to save it to drink later. Now, I know that that drink is not what was at his house or anything like that, but I'm just, me personally, I'm trying to put all this together, what's going on. Could possibly, this was the beginning of Michael learning more on herbs, on spices, on the ways that people and colonies of people have helped heal people throughout our time as human beings, because it clearly says in the Bible the herb is for the service of the man, and that's wrote in Psalms. And then we know in, you know, all over the Bible, you know, the leaves of the tree are for the healing of the nations. And Bob Marley being a Rastafarian and what they believe, which is really, it's the Christian religion. I mean, it is what it is. They might put too much emphasis on some things, but they also do a lot of things in that Rastafarian branch of Christianity that a lot of so-called die-hard Christians wouldn't even dare think about, or even dare, nah, I'm going to go to my doctor and trust them with everything. That's what I'm saying. But I'm just wondering if this is the beginning of Michael's knowledge. Was this where a seed was planted, you know? Yeah, he might have made that bitter face, but when he tasted and licked whatever was in that bottle, the herbs and spices. But think about it, when people take pills, they put them in their mouth and they quickly swallow them with water. Wonder why? Take a pill, which I'm not advising anybody to take any pills, to be honest with you, but take your medicine that you got to quickly put down with water and just set it on your tongue and let it dissolve. Let it dissolve. Tell me how it tastes. I bet you make the same face that it describes that Michael made when he tasted this mixture of spices and herbs given to him by Bob Marley and his friends. And there's a lot of theories, you know, well, if Bob Marley had the cure to all elements or whatever, why'd he die of a foot disease, or how the gangrene set up and all that? Well, there's a lot of different theories there, and you got to think, just like with Michael Jackson, when you get on a pedestal and you start preaching the truth, or you're about peace, or you're about justice, you're about bringing love back, which Bob Marley, I mean, he was clear on his message, how he felt, which to me, the more I studied him, I mean, it was true. He was preaching. So I mean, we can't really just say, well, yeah, he died of gangrene. I mean, maybe that is what we've been told, and maybe he very well did. But we shouldn't take away that this was the planning of something big into Michael, because Jermaine wrote about it, and I could read more on just the wording, how it's worded in this book, because it's very interesting, just to me, this part of the book, which I'm way past this book. It's just something I'm thinking on right now, and I wanted to go back and look at it for a minute, because it really stuck out to me. And it's just, I'm sort of making this video to throw it out there to other people to see what y'all think, because I don't claim to have any answer or anything. I'm an investigator, I'm a believer, I'm a knower. I know something's going on, but I want to know it, I guess, before it's announced on CNN or MSNBC or Fox or whatever, you know, because we know there's going to be a bam soon. There's going to be something big. There is something big brewing. It's just I want to get down and dirty with all of it. I know Michael gave the kids the best foods. He helped people when they come to Neverland. He helped the one kid who had cancer, who was told, you know, to go home and basically die, and then the kid didn't have any cancer, and just different things like that. So I'm trying to dig and see, what did he do? You know, why was he so chased and ridiculed? And well, to me, it's plain and simple why he was. I mean, it's plain and simple. There's a group of evil people on this earth that they don't want God's plan ruling, and they'll do anything they can. Good news does not sell. That's why you don't see commercials with fruits and vegetables on them much, do you? But you'll see tons of pills. Well, that's the bad news. Well, the bad news sells. Everybody wants their pills. Everybody wants to eat like a pig and then take all these pills. Well, that's what's commercialed on the TV. So everybody watches the TV for their news. They watch their nightly news, and then their commercials are, you know, all this junk, whether it be a beer commercial, then a meat commercial, and then a pill commercial. Well, I mean, all three of them, they're all tied together. If you want that lifestyle, live that lifestyle. You want to eat bad foods, and take your blood pressure medicines, and take all that stuff that's causing it, or turn to the Word of God, turn to God, and dig into His Word, where He tells us what we need to be doing to protect our body, which life here on this earth, it's fragile. We know that. We're going to get cuts, bruises, hurt. We're going to get sick, all different kinds of things, but that's when God wants us to really turn to Him and really find Him and really earnestly seek Him. And when we do that, it says He ain't hard to find. He just wants us. He just wants our heart to turn to Him. And once we turn, He'll come after us. Just like the story of the parable of the prodigal son, which is not, it's called a parable, but it's the truth. It is what it is. If we'll turn and just come back home, he will start running after and come and hug and kiss and meet us all the way there. We just got to start making that move. So like I said, I was making this video to talk about Bob Marley and Michael Jackson. Their first meeting, them talking about this rat stink herb that was burning or whatever, this smoky smell that was all over the house, and this drink that they were served. And Michael tried it. So I mean, the rest of the family didn't try it. And they were going to drink it later. I just don't know if I'm digging too much to say, are we in that later? Are we in that later? We know what Bob Marley is about. Anybody who knows Bob Marley, anybody into music or anything, y'all know what he's about? Y'all know what he does? Y'all know what he did? You know what he was open about? Which we're supposed to be. Even though we're not allowed to be. We're supposed to be open about it. So Michael did try his drink in front of him. That's bold. That's bold, but I mean, that's actually respectable. That's what you do. If somebody gives you a gift, what's the point in not opening up a gift if you're giving it? So he did try it. And I would say there would have been cannabis in that drink. That would just be me. I don't think it's assuming too much or digging too far. I mean, I could be completely wrong on that, but it says it contained herbs and spices, and Bob Marley specifically talked a lot about one herb, so I'm just figuring it's probably in that. And that one herb Bob Marley talked about a lot was at Michael Jackson's house on June 25th, 2009, and obviously a pretty large amount. Now, yeah, there was propofol and tons of other drugs, but maybe they were just there because they're in every single house and hospital in the world. I don't know. I could be wrong. I may be looking too far. I'm making this video to throw it out there to other people. I'm needing some opinions on this. Am I looking too far? Or is this really it? Is this it? Is this when we can heal the children, heal the brokenhearted, free prisoners, you know, people who are living on this earth, not necessarily go to prisons and open the gates for murderers, just as they did when they chose to let the guy out when they killed Jesus. They let a murderer out and then killed Jesus. Not necessarily say that, but when I say a prisoner of the world, there's a lot of prisoners out there of the world who are just being treated as a prisoner. I mean, they're lost. They're just lost, helping the lost. And we can do that. We can do that. We can bring so much light into people, and quickly too. I mean, it can be, I don't want to snap my finger, but it can be quick. I mean, I want to say it's that quick. That's what my face says, but a lot of people don't believe it that much. It can be very quick. And in a world today, we're just that kind of, maybe it's that kind of faith that don't exist. It says in the Bible, you know, when the Son of Man returns, will he even find faith on this earth? And the more I study the Bible and get deep into it, I'm beginning to wonder. Everybody's put their faith in man. Man's my faith. But that ain't mine. I mean, it really ain't, because maybe I've been lied to too much in my life. Maybe I've been let down too much. I don't know, but I don't necessarily trust man. God's never let me down, and he never will let me down. And I just got to keep on believing that, knowing that, and obeying his word, following him, and clearing my conscience every day so I can hear his words and just let them convict me when they're convicting, and let them lift me when they're lifting. Because they will convict you when you're doing wrong, but when you're down, they'll lift you. I'm done with this video. I try to keep them under 15 minutes. I want to know some opinions from everybody on Bob Marley and Michael Jackson and what I've said. I hope everybody has a wonderful and peaceful, lovely day. Peace be with you.